Hello everybody. This is an update of the window garden. And this way of planting in the window, I think, is the best way to use the window and to get the sunlight from outside and more space. Okay? Not only put it in the window because I get the chance to put less plant that way, but doing it the way I do, I get to put more plants on the window. Okay, now this here a nightshade plant. I have harvested a lot of the leaves. Now it looks bare. It looks bare. Okay. And this is also a nightshade plant here. And I've harvested a lot of the leaves as well. Okay, what's new? What I find that's new is that some of the vegetables are growing, getting bigger. Some that were not flowering starts to flower. And also, some that were flowering are putting on the fruits. Okay, let's start with the beans here. Beans. There's quite a variety of bean pods, and I'm going to take them out. I'm not going to let them stay here. Now this is a nice pod. This one is a bit small. Let me leave it for now. This one. And I'll use them. I'll use them in anything that I'm doing so that they don't get wasted. If I'm making stew, I'll put them in there. If I'm making legumes, I'll put them in there. Now, one plant that I'm quite happy about is over there. Can you see it? Oh, can it be seen? Yes, it's being seen, but it's not as it appears small. Okay, here is a closer look. It's windy and pepper. Okay. And this one was another nightshade plant. And this one is another nightshade plant. And I harvested this one and it's starting to put out buds. And this one I have not cut off the top. and I'll be using it next time. And I will remove all the little flower buds that are appearing so that I can delay its growth in making the flowers, so that I can harvest the leaves for a longer period of time. And this tomato plant, it started to flower. I was going to remove it and transplant it in this pot here. That's what I thought I was going to do. However, this pot, I didn't remember what I planted in it. I thought it had only a few seeds that I put in, because I did remember putting some seeds in there. However, it also had a malanga, which I did not remember until I saw it starting to come about. So because of the malanga needs some space, and it's a little bit in the inside of the house. See, this is the window, and this is the plant, so it's a bit in the inside. That part is more on the outside. So because of that, I'm not gonna put the tomato plant in there, because it will compete, I believe, with the malanga, and the malanga won't get big enough this summer. I want it to get big and have nice leaves, so I will have to put the tomato somewhere else. And what I did is that I started to propagate the tomato. I removed some of the branch and plant it in something else, transplant in something else, like here. But it doesn't look good yet, but it's coming. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I will put it in a bigger container than what it is. However, I'll wait a bit, because I'm gonna remove a lot of the branches and put them elsewhere and leave only the main branch. And the main branch is actually two, because it has two big branches coming from the very bottom. See, that's one plant, but it has two branches. Okay. This pepper. This pepper plant, I will put in a bigger container, definitely. Now moving on to the other window. Now this pepper, this is just container. This is a pot, and this pot has a baby corn that I transplanted and put it here. And this is sweet potato or batata, and these are peas, black eyed peas. And here is the pepper that's putting out peppers. Can you be seen here? Okay, here it is. that it has two peppers. And the beans is calling on top on one of the peppers there. And here's that's beans, and believe it or not, that's one plant. This big bush is one plant. This big bush. And it's flower. You can see some flowers. And this pepper here, it wasn't here the last time. I had it in a smaller pot, and I transplanted here because it's about to put in flowers. It's about to flower, so I put it in this pot. This pot has another bean right here. And it has a small potato, not sweet potato, but the regular potato. And I don't remember if it's all right to put potatoes with peppers if they are in the same family. But we'll see. The pepper is healthy, it's very green, and I harvested some of the leaves. Okay, see, that's the other bean plant. And it has beans. See? Hard to see, but it has been pot and it's flowering, so should have some beans, some more beans to use in the future. And all it doesn't look bad to me at all. And these bottles, the purpose of these bottles is that I use them as a way to water the plants. I fill them with water and put a plastic bottle on top, put a plastic cap on top, and have a small hole in the cap, fill it up with water, and put it in there. It depends on how thirsty I believe the plant was, how dry the soil was, and it evaporates. It goes down sometimes quicker, sometimes faster. And one way I try to regulate it is by putting a piece of thread, like yarn, inside the cap. That way I can put it upside down inside the bottle, inside the pot, or inside of the bag, wherever it is that I need to water. And most of the time I just make a small hole in the bottle cap right here. This one, with a small hole, and I fill it up with water. After I fill it up with water, I just stick it in the pot or in the bag, wherever I want it to be, wherever I need to water the plant. And some of them, it can last a few days if I already watered the plant. And sometimes I realize in a couple of hours it's gone. So I need to experiment more on how to, like maybe I need something smaller to make it smaller. Or if the piece of yarn we just do. Some people use Q-tip. They put a Q-tip in there and put some glue to hold it inside the cup, and that way it seeps through the Q-tip. There is a variety of this. Sometimes if I go away and forget to water, like I showed the last time, the tomato that went, it was wilted because of lack of water. And that's not good because you're making the plant suffer that way. And it's not as productive. Imagine if you're thirsty and you haven't had water for a long time, how your body feels, how you feel in general. And imagine the plant is going through the same thing. A lot of stress. And sometimes I would pick up the beans or peas, whatever it is that I plant, and I leave a smaller one, and within a few days I have to pick it, because if I leave it longer it's gonna become much tougher, so I will have to leave it so that it mature. But I don't want to do that, so I try to pick them as young as I can. But sometimes I feel like this one, I leave it for a day or two, because this is very, very tender. It can get a bit bigger without going tough. Okay, another look at the vegetables over here. Now this pepper, I am surprising myself with it, because I said the last time, that's a bell pepper. I have a bell pepper. Now it looks like it's a last week when I looked at it, it looked like a jalapeno pepper. But today when I look at it, it does not look like a jalapeno pepper. It looks like a bell pepper to me. But the ones that are long, the peppers that are long, not the round bell pepper. Okay. Now, one thing I'm going to do is that wherever there is some space near the roots, and if I see the roots need more soil, I'm going to put more soil. And I'm continuously removing dry leaves. You see, sometimes you don't see much dry leaves in there. It's because I pick them and remove them and drop them back in the container. Any brown leaves also I don't need. The plant doesn't need. The plant is basically using its energy on that which is for nothing, because it's not gonna become green. It's gonna become brown and until it dries. So I just remove it so that that energy can go somewhere else in the plant. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put more soil in each of the pots here. And the pepper here, I'm going to plant it. I'm going to transplant it. But before I do anything else, I'm going to water everything. Especially this pepper over here needs to be watered. And it is in a smaller pot. So it needs to be watered and transplanted, because it's putting out flowers. See? It's putting out flowers, so I need to put it in a bigger pot, in a bigger container. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for the next video. Have a good one.